Video games, a form of entertainment that was born in the 1970s, originating from simple blocks bouncing around a screen, to sprite art from 8-bit consoles, to the breakthrough of these 3D models, and to these cinematic movie-like set pieces. I think it's relatively safe to say that video games have come a very long way. And to commemorate these accomplishments and innovations, we should have some kind of prestigious award to be given each year to games that deserve such recognition. A game of the year, if you will. But that begs the question, how the fuck do we decide what is the game of the year? The gaming industry nowadays is absolutely massive. According to this article I found after Google searching for 20 seconds, the entire global gaming market's revenue is worth almost $200 billion fucking dollars. Granted, this is including all the disguised slot machines that people are getting so invested into that it is literally funding nuclear reactors. But outside of that, you still got tons of games, from AAAs to live service games to indie games. The competition is fierce and it is constant for which one will garner the attention and love of the masses. But how would you even rank these games amongst one another? You can't really treat it the same way that you would a book or a movie, because in those cases, it would be primarily the story, or in a film's case, the cinematography, or the acting, or the lack thereof. With video games, however, holy shit, there is so much to consider when trying to decide which games are better than others. You have the gameplay, you have the story, you have the music, you have the acting, and the lack thereof. You got the way that all these intertwine with one another. And what makes it so difficult is that because there's so much that goes into the making of a video game, there may be aspects of it that people may absolutely love or absolutely fucking hate. Let's take a game like Elden Ring, for example. With this game, you have the open world, the customization of outfits, the different styles of combat, the caves and dungeons, the epic boss fights, the fucking story. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. And above all, the godly soundtrack. But if we use me as an example, I loved exploring this beautiful open world, but I hated getting punished by running into random bullshit just for trying to do a tour across the lands between. So I decided to bring a friend along by adding seamless co-op via modding. Yes, I know this is a skill issue on my end. You don't have to go rushing into the comments to tell me that. You could save that energy for something else. Tell me, how's your day been? I don't know, I'm not the police. And yes, I know that I'm getting into the topic of modding with my Elden Ring example, but you see what I mean when I mention not liking different aspects of a game, so let's stay on track. Another example I could show of a game that I like is Silent Hill 2, which I absolutely love but have no interest in playing because I'm not trying to get myself psychologically scarred. But oh my god, do I love the musical pieces that Akira Yamaoka makes for this game. But if I don't want to play the game, does it make it a bad game? No. Not at all. It's just something that I don't want to engage with, or maybe I just don't have a particular interest in. Or maybe it's dog shit. I don't know how these things are getting past production. So then would that mean that the best way to decide what is the best game is the one that is the most accessible? I don't really think that's the case either. While I think that accessibility is important to be able to ensure that the majority of the people in the gaming space can actually be able to play your game, I think what does matter the most is how the game affects you on an emotional level. Maybe I shouldn't hit the mic. As we continue down the path towards our inevitable deaths, I think that the things that stick with us the most are instances of storytelling, regardless of the medium, that we build a strong emotional connection towards. Which kind of makes sense, because you would be able to remember the instances that you were super invested in. It could be a song about heartbreak, or a show about hope, or a fucking book. I don't know, I don't read. However, I do play a shit ton of video games, many of which that have changed the way that I view this world we live in. And I can guarantee that many of you have experienced that exact same feeling. Maybe not just in video games, but in other pieces of media as well. This is what I think is one of the most important aspects when it comes to deciding what is the game of the year. Because that connection, that experience, it cannot be replicated anywhere else. You get to feel like you're part of something that you would have never been able to experience in your day-to-day life. And this is showcased even more when you look at the lineup for the game of the year this year. These are all widely different from one another, and I think that's a beautiful thing because regardless of which one wins, I think that all of these that are reasonably priced are worth giving your time to play at some point. I think at the end of the day, what truly is the game of the year is what really resonates with you on the inside. Not just whatever is the most popular or what some jackass tries to tell you what to do. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And if you want, go ahead down there and subscribe and like the video, honestly. It really does help a lot. And also, I'm curious, while you are actually down there, go ahead and tell me, what is your game of the year? What is your game of the year, maybe not for this year, but just in general? What could be some of your favorite games of all time? I'm really curious to see what you guys come up with, because honestly, there's so many good contenders from just this year alone, let alone all of the games that have come out over the years. So go ahead and tell me what you guys would like to see win Game of the Year this year. Or maybe if it's not even listed, go ahead and tell me what is your personal Game of the Year if it didn't make it onto the 6 that got nominated. Thank you again for watching, and as always, take care.